Can you speak about what makes a good cyber range in terms of creating a problem to be solved or a concept to be taught using this method? What are some considerations in terms of how you create a cyber range? I mean, like creating a capture the flag exercise, I imagine there's some art to building the sort of the puzzle or the understanding that isn't either far too easy or unfathomably difficult.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one of the things that really shines out to me as sort of the brightest light in the set is a dogged pursuit of the value add for the core customer. Yeah. So depending on however you define that, it could be, entry level, it could be cream of the crop, it could be anywhere in between. But identifying what the needs are for the learning objectives and then crafting the experience around that, where on the level of autonomy should we build this thing, right? How much should they be expected to know out the gate? Do they need some hand-holding and really detailed instruction set at the first couple of exercises? And how much can we take off the training wheels by the time we get to the end of the program so that they're now operating more self-sufficiently? I think that's probably the most important thing that I would recommend to consider when building an exercise or building a range experience is really, what are you going to do to serve the people coming through and how best to do that given where they're at?
Right. You have to understand whether or not sort of rooting around and being, without enough information is actually part of the challenge or not. Because I think at a certain high level, the idea, especially with like capture the flag or something, is like, there are no training wheels and there might not necessarily be like an endpoint, and you should know this by now, but you can't start there. You can't just like walk into a German class and have the teacher speaking only in German unless you're very confused. So, yeah.
And I think that's a really great, and I think, we share this absolutely in that approach to saying, okay, well, let's meet them where they're at and take them a few steps forward. And so that eventually they're able to speak, fluent German. But if you don't start with the, how to say hello and how are you, you're never going to get there. And that it feels so intimidating in a field like ours because it's so technically deep and wide. And there's acronyms out the wazoo, right? You could spend days and days and still not know what somebody's talking about because there's so much there. And so starting with those kind of bite-sized chunks and making them understand that they can do the thing by showing, like, don't just tell them they could do it, but they get some hands-on experience and say, I can do this. It's like the light bulb goes on,
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that our Infosec skills platform will be releasing a new challenge every month with 3 hands-on labs to put your cyber skills to the test. Each month, you'll build new skills ranging from secure coding to penetration testing to advanced persistent threats and everything in between. Plus, we're giving away more than $1,000 worth of prizes each month. Go to infosecinstitute.com/challenge and start your challenge right now.